you. All right, Capricorn, let's get into your reading. So, the message coming in strong today is this: something is about to shift everything for you. There is a moment approaching fast, and it carries a weight that you are not prepared for. This is not distant energy. This is close enough that you can almost feel it pressing in already. Hours from now, your phone lights up, and what comes through changes the direction of everything. Spirit needed you to hear this before it happens. That is why this message found you today. You were not meant to scroll past this. You were guided here for a reason that runs deep. There is a connection in your life, one that has been sitting in a strange, suspended space. You have felt the tension of it, the not knowing where things actually stand between you two. What the cards confirm today is that this connection is nowhere near finished with you at all. It has been building quietly underneath everything, and now it is ready to break through the surface. The pull you feel toward this person, the one you tried to ignore, it never left your system. Come in close today because the cards have so much to reveal about this energy right now. The first card I have for you is the Tower, and this one came through with undeniable force. Now, the Tower can feel intimidating at first, but here it confirms something deeply powerful for you. This card does not appear for small, quiet moments. It arrives when your entire reality is shifting. What the Tower reveals is that the call coming through your phone breaks open something deeply stuck. The walls you built around this situation, they are finally coming down, whether you feel ready or not. It is not destruction, though. It is a breakthrough that clears everything blocking this connection from moving. Every unanswered question you carried about this person, every single bit of confusion dissolves after this moment. The Tower confirms that what felt heavy and uncertain was actually pressure right before the breakthrough. This card wants you to know the shaking you feel is not something falling apart around you. It is something falling into place. And once you see it, you will understand exactly why it happened. Nothing about this energy is accidental. Every card in this position confirms that this was always coming. The next card coming through is the Eight of Wands, and the speed on this is undeniable. This confirms that things are moving faster than expected, faster than the situation has ever gone before. The Eight of Wands is pure momentum. Nothing about this energy is willing to slow down for anyone. What I love about this placement is that it confirms a real message is literally on its way. The timing matches the title of this reading. We are talking hours, not days, not weeks from now. You are not waiting on something far away. This is immediate energy Spirit wants you prepared for. It confirms a speed you have not seen in this connection before, and it is locked in already. Then we have the Ace of Cups, and this is where the reading gets deeply emotional for me. The Ace of Cups represents a brand new emotional beginning, something pure flooding into this entire connection. This card says that what comes through that call opens a door to feelings never fully spoken. Raw, unfiltered emotion pours into this connection, and it permanently changes the way you see everything. This card does not appear when love is fading. It only shows up when something new is beginning. The ace confirms that beneath the silence and the distance, real love was quietly waiting for this. What this card tells me is that the emotion behind that call will move you to your core. Every card in this spread points to one truth, that this message coming through your phone changes everything. The Tower cracked it open. The Eight of Wands rushed it in. The Ace filled it with love. This is not random energy landing on your screen. This was always meant to reach you right here. You felt it before today, that quiet pull toward this person that never fully disappeared inside you. What is about to happen confirms what your intuition whispered all along, that this connection is real. The cards are not guessing. They are showing a clear and undeniable shift heading straight toward you. Hours from now, everything you thought was settled gets rewritten by one single moment of unexpected contact. Stay open to what is coming, because what arrives through that phone was always destined to find you. Now, let us talk about where you are in all of this, because the cards see you clearly. You have been carrying something heavy inside your chest, and you have not told anyone about it. Your mind will not stop spinning at night, replaying every word and every silence over and over again. You keep asking yourself the same quiet question, wondering if what you felt was even real at all. Part of you wants to let it go completely, and the other part refuses to release the grip. That tension between holding on and walking away, it has been eating at you more than you admit. You are exhausted from pretending that none of it bothers you, from acting like you have moved on. The truth is, you have not moved on, and the cards show me exactly where you are stuck. Your heart still holds a space open, while your mind keeps trying to convince you to close it. Every time you think you finally let go, something small pulls you right back into that same feeling. The first card for you is the Nine of Swords, and it hit me deep when it appeared. This card captures everything happening inside your head, the overthinking and the nights that quietly drain you. The Nine of Swords shows a mind that refuses to rest, thoughts looping over the same questions. You lay awake, wondering what went wrong, replaying conversations and searching for clues you might have missed. The weight on your shoulders from carrying all of this alone, it has never been fully released. You silenced your own feelings for so long that you forgot how loud they actually are inside. This card confirms your anxiety is not random. It connects to something your heart never fully resolved. You did not walk away from that situation clean. You left with unfinished business living inside you. The Nine of Swords wants you to know your restlessness has a source, and it deserves your attention. You are not losing your mind over nothing. Your body remembers what your thoughts keep trying to bury. The next card we have is the Moon, and it deepens everything the first card confirmed here. The Moon speaks to confusion, to walking through fog and not being able to see where you stand. You have been operating in the dark emotionally, unsure of what is real and what you imagined. That uncertainty made you pull back from your own instincts, and the cards pick up on that energy. You used to feel confident about what your gut was telling you, and now you question everything instead. The Moon says the fog you walk through is not permanent, but it feels endless in this moment. A version of you underneath all of that doubt still knows exactly what it wants from this life. You buried that version under logic and protection, but the cards confirm it is still alive within you. The moon does not arrive to confuse you further. It shows up to remind you clarity is close. What you feel is not weakness. It is the cost of caring deeply about something that truly mattered. Then we have the Four of Cups, and this card speaks volumes about your emotional state today. This card shows a guarded version of you, arms crossed and heart closed off from receiving anything new. You shut yourself down emotionally, not because you stopped caring, but because caring became too painful for you. A numbness settled in quietly, a decision you made to stop hoping so it would hurt much less. You told yourself that expecting nothing was safer, and the cards confirm you have been living behind that. The Four of Cups says you are not cold, you are protected, and those are two different things. Underneath that armor is a flood of feeling, and you have been too afraid to sit inside it. You want to feel again and trust again, but the fear of being let down keeps you frozen. The cards see every wall you built, every emotion you tucked away behind your silence and your pride. What the Nine of Swords started, the moon deepened, and the Four of Cups sealed around you tightly. Your head is spinning and your vision is clouded, and your heart closed itself off to survive this. None of that makes you broken. It reveals how deeply you loved and exactly what it cost you. The cards hold a mirror up to you, and what they reflect is not weakness, but unprocessed truth. You have been sitting in tension between wanting more and convincing yourself that you deserve less from this. Everything you pushed down is still alive in you, every feeling and every unspoken word waiting to rise. Okay, now let us shift the energy and talk about what is happening on their side entirely. This person has not been doing well, and the cards show me everything they have been hiding. On the surface, they look calm, but underneath that exterior is a storm they cannot seem to quiet. They think about you more than they will ever say, and it weighs on them every single day. The pride they carry is the one thing, the only thing, keeping them from ever speaking up. It is not that they stopped caring. The cards confirm they care so deeply it terrifies them. Their silence is not absence. It is a wall built from fear and emotions they cannot process. They wake up with you on their mind, and they fall asleep carrying you inside their chest. This person built a wall not because of you, but because of what you make them feel inside. The intensity caught them off guard, and they had no real idea how to handle any of it. Every emotion they pushed away kept circling back, and the cards show they are overwhelmed by it. The first card for their energy is the Hermit, and this tells me so much about them already. The Hermit confirms this person pulled away, not out of cruelty, but out of deep internal fear. They retreated into themselves quietly because the depth of what they feel shook their entire foundation. This card shows a person sitting alone, trying to make sense of emotions too big to name. They are not ignoring you at all. They are processing something that feels too heavy to carry. The Hermit says they needed space from the intensity, not from you as a person in their life. What they feel disrupted every plan they had, and the cards say it scared them to their core. They convinced themselves that distance would quiet it, but nothing about that feeling has faded at all. The longer they sit in isolation, the louder you echo inside their head and deep in their chest. This person is not cold, and the Hermit confirms that. They are quietly drowning in what they feel. The Hermit told me something important about them. Their withdrawal was never a rejection, it was survival. The next card for them is the Six of Cups, and this one moved me when it appeared. The Six of Cups is pure nostalgia, and it confirms this person replays your memories in their mind. They think about specific moments, small details that most people would forget, but they quietly held on to. A certain conversation still lives in their head, and a look you gave them never fully left either. This card says they romanticize the past, not because it was perfect, but because it truly mattered. They miss the version of life that included you, and the cards confirm that ache runs incredibly deep. What lives inside them is not just memory, it is longing dressed as something they try to ignore. This person carries your energy like a wound, and the Six of Cups confirms they never stopped feeling. They would never admit that out loud, but the cards do not lie about what lives in them. Every song that reminds them of you still hits, and every place you shared still holds your presence. The nostalgia runs so deep inside of them that even ordinary places feel haunted by what you shared. Then we have the Knight of Cups, and this card reveals what sits underneath all of their silence. The Knight confirms deep romantic feeling inside them, even underneath the distance they have carefully created. They are not thinking about you casually. The cards say it is consuming and constant and unresolved. The Knight carries a cup forward, and that means their heart is still reaching toward you in silence. They rehearse words in their head that never reach you because fear wins over courage every time. This person wants to say things they have never been brave enough to speak, and that tension grows. The words sit at the edge of their mouth, and every time they swallow them right back down. The Hermit pulled them inward. The Six of Cups flooded them with memory. The Knight confirmed the love. All three cards paint one clear picture: a person who is deeply in love and deeply afraid. They sit in silence not because they forgot you, but because remembering overwhelms everything they try to do. Their emotional world revolves around you, more than they would ever willingly admit to anyone out loud. What lives inside this person is not confusion. It is clarity wrapped in fear and sealed with pride. They know exactly what they feel, and the cards confirm that knowing is the very thing haunting them. So, this is where the reading shifts into movement, because this person is about to act. The cards are no longer showing any kind of stillness. They show decisions being made behind closed doors. What was frozen between you two, the cards confirm, it is now starting to crack wide open. This person reached a turning point recently, and their energy shifted from hesitation into real action. They are done sitting in the silence, and the cards show a decision forming inside of them. Something snapped in them not long ago, a moment where staying still was no longer an option. The shift is undeniable in the cards, and it tells me that movement is already underway for them. They are not just thinking about it anymore. They are actively preparing to make a real move. A plan is being put together behind the scenes, and the cards confirm you cannot see it yet. This person has been weighing options quietly, and the scales have finally tipped in one clear direction. What they are about to do was not decided lightly. It came after weeks of sitting in conflict. The first card for this energy is the Chariot, and this is a powerful action card in tarot. The Chariot confirms forward motion. No more waiting and no more standing on the sidelines of this. When this card appears, it means a decision has been locked in and there is no turning back. This person is not debating anymore. The Chariot says they have already chosen their exact next move. They are coming toward you with full intention, and the speed of it matches what was confirmed. The Chariot does not move slowly. It charges forward with purpose, and nothing can stand in its way. Every card in this position screams action, and the Chariot makes it clear that waiting is over. What triggered this shift was a quiet realization that distance was doing more harm than any good. They looked at the situation from every angle, and they landed on a decision that cannot be undone. The Chariot confirms this is not impulse. It is a calculated move made after sitting in deep silence. This person is gathering their courage, and the cards show them actively preparing to reach out to you. They have already started rehearsing what they want to say, choosing their words with care and intention. The Chariot says the direction is locked in. Nothing about their energy suggests they plan to stop now. The cards show a person who finally decided that the risk of silence outweighs the risk of speaking. What is coming from them is deliberate, and the cards confirm they are no longer on the fence. The next card is the Page of Swords, and this confirms communication is the action they chose. The Page of Swords is a messenger card, and it tells me a direct message is being prepared. This is not vague energy of maybe reaching out. The cards confirm a real message is coming soon. The page tells me they sat down and started putting their thoughts into words that carry real weight. The page confirms they are crafting something specific, choosing words carefully before sending it your way. They want to make sure what they say lands right, and the cards show that deliberate, focused energy. This is not a casual check-in. The page confirms it carries real weight and serious intention. Every word they choose is intentional, and the cards confirm they are not leaving anything up to chance. The Chariot and the Page together tell me this person is moving toward you with a locked plan. They are not testing the waters at all. The cards say they are diving in with full commitment. The page also confirms the method. This is coming through a phone call or a direct written message. The timing on this is extremely tight. The Chariot and the Page confirm this action happens very soon. They have crossed the internal threshold already. The decision is no longer something they are weighing quietly. The cards show momentum that cannot be reversed. A person locked into forward motion heading straight toward you. The Chariot gave them the will to move, and the Page gave them the words to finally speak. Both cards confirm this is not a distant possibility. It is an active decision being carried out now. The next step has been taken internally, and the cards say the external action follows within hours. This person is coming. The cards leave no doubt about that, and what they bring changes everything. The movement is locked in and the message is ready. All that remains is the moment it arrives. Now, this is the part of the reading where we go underneath everything that has been spoken. The cards pull back the curtain on what this person never said, and it runs incredibly deep. What lives in the silence between you, the things they swallowed and locked away from your reach? This person carries confessions they have never released, and the cards lay every one of them bare. They rehearse conversations with you inside their head, saying things they would never dare say out loud. The weight of everything unspoken sits on their chest, and it presses harder with each passing day. Every quiet moment becomes a stage where they say everything to you, but only inside their own mind. They want you to know how much they think about you, but admitting that terrifies them completely. This person is afraid that if they open their mouth, everything buried comes flooding out at once. The depth of what they feel became their biggest secret, and they guard it with their whole life. Late at night, when nobody is watching, they let themselves feel the full weight of what you mean. The first card for this energy is the High Priestess, and she holds deep hidden knowledge. The High Priestess is the keeper of secrets, and she confirms this person is holding back something massive. What they hide is not small. It is a confession that would change everything between you both instantly. This person secretly wants to tell you they never stopped loving you, not for a single day. They carry that truth everywhere, and it sits behind every text and every single awkward silence. The High Priestess shows me that they practice what they would say if they ever found the courage. In their mind, they already told you everything, but in reality, they have not said a single word. They want to hear you say that you still feel it too. That would unlock everything in them. The fear of rejection is the only lock on their mouth, and the High Priestess sees that. This person imagined your reaction 1,000 times, wondering if you would pull away or pull closer. What they want to confess is that no one else came close, not even for a brief moment. They held that confession like a weight in their pocket, and it gets heavier with every passing week. They compare every conversation to the ones with you, and nothing has ever truly measured up. The High Priestess confirms they tried to move on, and every attempt felt hollow and completely wrong. What they want from you is something they cannot fully admit to themselves, and that scares them. They want the version of life where you chose them, and that desire lives in everything they do. The confession sits right at the edge of their lips, and they bite it back every single time. The next card is the Seven of Cups, and this reveals every fantasy they have been holding. The Seven of Cups shows a mind full of visions, and every one of those visions includes you. They imagine what it would feel like to be honest, to lay it all down right before you. This person fantasizes about a moment where all the walls fall, and you both just finally speak. They picture a life where none of this distance exists, where they wake up and you are there. The Seven of Cups confirms these are not passing thoughts. They are constant and vivid and consuming. They secretly want to be the one you call first, the one you think about before sleep. This card confirms desires they would never text or speak, things that live only inside their chest. The Seven of Cups says they dream about hearing 3 words from you and meaning every single one. What they crave is not just attention, it is your devotion, and they have never stopped wanting it. The High Priestess held the secret, and the Seven of Cups revealed the depth of desire behind it. Every unspoken word and every hidden want, the cards confirm it all points directly back to you. This person carries a love letter they will never send, written inside their chest, in invisible ink. The confession they owe you is not complicated. It is 3 words heavy enough to shift everything. They never stopped. The cards are clear about that. And the silence was never a lack of love. What lives inside them is a truth so loud, the only reason you never heard it is fear. The cards confirm every hidden confession points to one thing. This person is still deeply in love. They carry it in silence and alone, but the cards say that silence is about to finally. Okay, now let us talk about what the near future holds, because the cards are very clear. What is heading toward you is not uncertain. The cards confirm it is locked in and moving. The shift will not arrive quietly. It lands in a way that you feel, deep in your chest. The first card for your near future is the Star, and it brings pure healing energy with it. The Star arrives after every storm, and it confirms that what comes next for you is restoration. After everything you carried and everything held back, the Star says real peace is finally coming in. This card confirms a conversation is coming, one that clears every bit of fog sitting between you. You will hear things that answer every question you held, and it will settle your spirit for good. The Star confirms the next chapter between you is not heavy. It is gentle and honest and healing. What comes through that phone changes the weight you carry and replaces confusion with something truly real. The healing has already started inside you, and the Star confirms the best of it is still ahead. Then we have the Ten of Cups, and this is one of the most beautiful outcomes in tarot. The Ten of Cups confirms emotional fulfillment, a love that reaches where it was always meant to go. This card does not appear for temporary moments. It shows up when something lasting is about to begin. What the Ten of Cups promises is a connection that finally settles into the peace it deserved. The near future holds a reunion of hearts, and both cards confirm it is grounded and permanent. What comes next is not a repeat. It is a deeper version of everything you built together. The love waiting for you on the other side of this, the cards say it is worth everything. My advice is this: stay completely open and do not let fear close you off from what comes. When that phone rings, do not overthink it. Just breathe and let yourself be present in the moment. Trust what you feel when it happens, not what fear has been whispering to you all this time. You deserve what is coming toward you, and the best thing you can do is let it land. Do not question it when it arrives. The cards confirmed this is real and fully meant for you. Let your guard down just enough to receive it, because what arrives is something you prayed for quietly. The message of this reading was clear. Hours from now, your phone rings and everything finally shifts. That message found you today for a reason, and the cards confirmed every layer of that truth. You were always meant to hear this, and Spirit made sure it reached you at the right time. What was spoken today